My wife married her lazy boyfriend instead of me. I walked into my wife's office, my heartbeat steady, my steps measured. But my mind was a battlefield of emotions. The air carried the familiar scent of her expensive perfume, a scent I once loved, one that used to remind me of home. Now it smelled like power, control, deception. It clashed with the sterile scent of the office, a space where I had spent far too many years pouring my soul into a company that never truly saw me. Or maybe they did, but they never valued me the way they should have. The city skyline stretched beyond the glass walls, sunlight bouncing off the sleek furniture, making the space look even more impersonal. Everything about her office screamed authority, control, and right now, victory. I saw it in her posture, the way she sat behind her desk, perfectly manicured fingers laced together as if she had just finished signing a $1 million deal. But it was her smile that caught my attention. It wasn't her usual composed corporate grin. No, this one was different. Smug, self-satisfied, cruel. She was waiting for me. I let the silence stretch between us as I closed the door behind me, my pulse calm, my face unreadable. I had learned long ago how to mask emotions, how to keep control even when the ground beneath me was shifting. Congratulations, James, she said, her tone almost playful, as if this was all a joke, as if she were about to deliver a punchline. Your hard work paid off. I stayed silent. She leaned back in her chair, eyes gleaming. I'm promoting my boyfriend, David, instead of you. He's more of a team player. The words hit like a hammer to my chest, sinking deep into my stomach. But I didn't react. I didn't give her the satisfaction. I simply stood there, absorbing the impact. 5 years, 5 years of sacrifice, of long hours, of skipping vacations, missing family gatherings, all to build her company, to prove my worth, to create something meaningful. I had poured my heart into this job, into this business, into her. And now she sat across from me, acting as if it had all been a game. And the worst part? She wasn't even ashamed. Her eyes held no guilt, no hesitation, only triumph. She had planned this. She expected me to break. David, I should have known. The man who conveniently climbed the corporate ladder at warp speed. The one who laughed too easily, who always seemed to be at the right place at the right time. The man who dodged responsibility when things went south but took credit when they went well. David, who was now taking my promotion. I exhaled slowly, keeping my anger in check. If she was expecting an outburst, she would be disappointed. If she wanted me to crumble, to beg, to fight, she was out of her mind. Without a word, I reached into my pocket and pulled out a white envelope. Crisp, clean. It had been in my desk for weeks. I had known deep down that something like this was coming. I placed it on her desk, right on top of her pristine stack of reports, sliding it forward with controlled precision. My fingers released it with a sense of finality. I understand, I said simply. Here's my resignation letter. The change in her expression was subtle, but I caught it, the slight furrow of her brows, the hesitation before reaching for the envelope. She hadn't expected that. She thought she held all the power, thought I needed this job more than they needed me. She thought wrong. She peeled the envelope open, her nails tapping softly against the paper. Her eyes scanned the words, at first quickly, then slower. Her expression shifted, her lips parted, her back stiffened, because she hadn't just found my resignation letter inside the envelope. She had found something else, a report, a very specific report, one that detailed the revolutionary project management system I had been working on for the past 3 years, a system that streamlined productivity, reduced inefficiencies, and most importantly, made companies millions. A system she had ignored, a system I had patented 6 months ago. Her fingers trembled slightly as she flipped through the pages, realization dawning. I watched, almost amused, as she tried to piece it all together. James, she started, her voice softer now, uncertain. I tilted my head slightly, waiting. Why didn't you tell us about this before? I let out a small, humorless chuckle about. I did, I said. 3 times. Her face paled. She shuffled the papers, her mind racing, trying to find a loophole, trying to regain control. You patented it. she whispered. 6 months ago, I confirmed. She inhaled sharply. That was when I saw it. The first crack in her armor, the moment she realized she had miscalculated. For years, she had belittled my ideas, pushed me aside, prioritized politics over innovation, and now she was seeing the consequences. She straightened her shoulders, her voice carefully controlled. James, let's be reasonable. We can match whatever offer you've gotten, maybe even do better. I laughed, a genuine, full bodied laugh. Emma, I said, calling her by her name for the first time in this conversation, it's not about money. She opened her mouth to argue, but I didn't let her. It's about respect, I continued. Something I never got here. Her lips pressed tightly together. She knew I was right. I had spent years being overlooked, being used, being underestimated. And now, when she finally realized my worth, it was too late. I buttoned my jacket, adjusting my watch as I took a step back. You and David enjoy the promotion, I said smoothly, my voice dripping with finality. I'm sure you'll do great without me. And with that, I turned and walked out of her office. I didn't need to look back to know she was panicking, because in the end, she had played the game wrong. She thought she had the last laugh. She thought she had all the power. But what she didn't realize was that I had been playing a game of my own, and now I was winning.